So hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So the next part of our video lesson, after nating illustrate yung systems of linear equations in two variables, of course, magagraph tayo ng systems of linear equations in two variables. So dun sa previous lesson natin na graphing linear equations, so isang equation lang po ang ginraph natin. So since systems of linear equations ang pinag-uusapan natin, dalawang equation po ang i-graph natin sa isang rectangular coordinate system. And then makikita nyo yung solution set, kung meron ba o wala. So for our lesson objectives, first, we will graph systems of linear equations in two variables using slope and y-intercept and x and y-intercepts methods. So ginamit na po natin yung mga paraan na yan sa pag-graph ng linear equations. Nung isang equation lang po ang given. So ganun pa rin naman po ang way ng kung paano gamitin sila kapag systems of linear equations na ang i-graph. Next, after nating i-graph yung systems of linear equations sa isang coordinate plane, so we will be categorizing if the given system of linear equations in two variables has graphs that are parallel, intersecting, and coinciding. So kung familiar sa inyo yung parallel lines, intersecting lines, and coinciding lines, so ganun pa rin po nila dito. Kaya lang, equation na sila. Okay. So, kung paano natin dinodrawing yung parallel line, intersecting line, coinciding line, so ganun pa rin po dito. Kaya nga lang po, equations ang ating pinag-uusapan. So, first, using slope and y-intercept. So, first, determine the slope and the y-intercept of the two equations. Of course, kung ang given equation natin is slope-intercept form, agad-agad nating madedetermine yung slope tsaka y-intercept. Kapag naman nakasulat yung equation in standard form, so i-rewrite natin siya in slope-intercept form para makuha yung slope and y-intercept. Next, then graph the equation using the slope and y-intercept in one coordinate plane. So after nating makuha yung slope and y-intercept, i-graph natin yung dalawang equations na yun sa iisang rectangular coordinate plane. So, bakit isang coordinate plane lang po i-graph yung dalawang equations? It's because para makita natin talaga yung solution set. So, kasi kapag magkaibang coordinate plane, hindi na sila systems of linear equations. So, let's have example. Draw the graph of the following system of equations. So, yung first equation natin is x plus y is equal to 3. Yung second equation naman natin is 2x minus y is equal to 4. So, let's determine the slope and y-intercept. So, yung first equation natin, x plus y is equal to 3. So, yung slope-intercept form po niya is y is equal to negative x plus 3. So, negative x is because yung x positive, nilipat natin sa right side, magiging negative. And then, yung pangalawa naman natin, y is equal to 2x minus 4. Okay. So, yung negative y, i-divide natin o i-multiply natin sa negative 1. So, kahit na yung 2x, nilipat natin sa right side na magiging negative, since minultiply natin sa negative 1, magiging positive. And then, yung 4, magiging negative. It's because minultiply natin yung buong equation sa negative 1. So, pwede rin naman i-divide sa negative 1. I-multiply, i-divide, pareho lang din naman ang sagot. Next, pwede na po natin i-identify yung slope. So, sa first equation natin, negative x, ang numerical coefficient ng x dito is negative 1. So, the slope is negative 1. And then, sa second equation, ang numerical coefficient ng x is 2. So, the slope is 2. And then, yung y-intercept ng first equation natin is 3. So, 3 o kaya naman 0, 3. Ayan. And then, yung second equation natin, negative 4 or pwede rin namang isulat as 0, negative 4. So, kapag y-intercept po, tandaan, nauuna yung 0. Kapag x-intercept, nasa huli yung 0. So, plot the y-intercepts and slopes, yung mga nakuha natin kanina. So for equation 1, ayan yung slope and y-intercept. For equation 2, yung slope and y-intercept. So let's have the rectangular coordinate plane. Again, kapag systems of linear equations, igagraph po natin yung equation sa isang rectangular coordinate plane para makikita na talaga natin yung solution set. So yung una nating ipa-plot yung sa equation 1. So 0, 3. So ayan nasa y-axis. And then, yung next point natin, madedetermine natin yon gamit yung slope natin, which is negative 1. So, since negative slope tayo, yung rise natin, pababa. Okay. So, kapag positive slope, yung rise natin, pataas. So, bababa tayo ng isa, and then going to the right tayo ng isa din. So, hihinto tayo sa point na yan, which is 1, 2. Since may dalawa na tayong point, pwede na natin i-determine yung line. So, i-connect lang natin sila. So, this will be the graph of x plus y is equal to 3. So, what about the graph of 2x minus y is equal to 4? So, using the y-intercept 0, negative 4. So, ayan po yung 0, negative 4. And then, using the slope, which is 2. So, yung rise po natin dito is 2, pataas. Kasi positive slope tayo ngayon. Hindi tayo mag-down. So, dalawa po. And then, isa going to the right. And then, hihinto tayo sa point na yan. So, ang pangalan ng point na yan is 1, negative 2. So, again, pag nagpapangalan tayo ng ordered pair, mauuna muna yung x. And then, y. And then, we connect. So, that will be the graph of 2x minus y is equal to 4. Next, using x and y intercepts naman. First, determine the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the two equations. We set y is equal to 0 to get the x-intercept and x is equal to 0 to get the y-intercept. So, na-discuss ko na po yung kung paano kunin ang x-intercept tsaka y-intercept. So, uulitin lang po natin yan mamaya. And then, graph the equation using the x-intercept and y-intercept in one coordinate plane. So, kung kanina, ang una nating pinlat is yung y-intercept tapos slope. Ngayon, igagraph lang po natin yung x-intercept tsaka y-intercept. So, let's have an example. Draw the graph of the following system of equations. 2x plus y is equal to negative 4 and 2x plus y is equal to 2. So, anong mapapansin natin sa given system of equations? Pareho po yung coefficient to both x and y. Magkaiba lang po sa constant. So, kunin natin yung x-intercept. So, kapag x-intercept ang kinuha natin, we set y to 0. So, 2x plus y is equal to negative 4. And then, magiging 2x plus 0 equals negative 4. So, 2x equals negative 4. Di-divide natin whole equation by 2. So, the value of x is negative 2. Next, yung equation 2 naman, 2x plus y equals 2. And then, 2x plus 0 equals 2. So, 2x equals 2. We divide the whole equation by 2. So, the value of x is 1. So, yung x-intercept natin for equation 1 will be negative 2, 0. And then, yung sa equation 2 naman, 1, 0. Next, for y-intercept naman, equation number 1. So, 2x plus y equals negative 4. So, we set x to 0 naman, kabaligtaran. So, magiging 2 times 0 plus y is equal to negative 4. So, 2 times 0, that is 0, plus y is equal to negative 4. So, the value of y-intercept here is y is equal to negative 4. Next, y-intercept for equation 2, 2x plus y equals 2. And then, 2 times 0 plus y is equal to 2. So, 2 times 0, that is 0, plus y is equal to 2. And then, y equals 2. So, yan po yung y-intercept ng equation 2. So, yung y-intercept ng equation 1, isusulat natin siya as 0, negative 4. Then, for equation 2, 0, 2. So, since meron na tayong x-intercepts and y-intercepts to both equations, so pwede na po natin i-graph yung mga points na nakuha natin na yan sa iisang coordinate plane. So, plot the x and y-intercepts. So, for equation 1, negative 2, 0. Ayan. And then, yung y-intercept naman is 0, negative 4. Ayan. So, i-connect lang natin yung dalawang points na yan. So, yan po yung graph ng 2x plus y is equal to negative 4. And then, for the second equation, yung x-intercept is 1, 0. So, ayan po yung 1, 0. And then, yung y-intercept is 0, 2. Ayan po. Connect lang natin ulit sila. So, yan po ang equation ng 2x plus y is equal to 2. So, a system of linear equations in two variables has one solution only if their graphs intersect at exactly one point. So, may mga systems of linear equations tayo na kapag ginraph natin, nag-i-intersect lang sila at exactly one point. Okay. So, one solution lang po ang meron sa kanila. It's because nag-intersect lang sila isang beses. Next, infinitely many solutions if their graphs coincide. So, infinite naman po yung solutions ng system of linear equations kapag pareho yung mismong graph. Okay, kapag ginraph natin yung equation 1, ganun din po yung magiging graph ng equation 2. So, infinitely many solutions yon. And then, no solutions if their graphs do not intersect at all. Ibig sabihin, kapag yung given system of equations natin, hindi sila nag-intersect, hindi sila nagkasalubong. Okay, sa isang rectangular coordinate system, no solution po sila. So, ayan, para mas maintindihan nyo kung ano nga ba yung diniscuss ko a while ago, ayan po. So, yung first figure natin, so meron po tayo dyan, exactly one solution. So, naka-indicate naman po dyan yung solution wherein meron lang silang isang point of intersection. Okay? So, next, infinitely many solutions. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung second figure natin, medyo makapal yung line. Okay? It's because ini-indicate niya na dalawang equation ang nandiyan. Okay? Kapag ginraph natin ang equation 1, i-graph natin ang equation 2, parehong-pareho lang po yung graph. Kaya siya makapal. And then, on the last figure, as you can see, parehong positive slope. So, increasing from left to right. So, hindi sila nagkakasalubong. So, since hindi sila nagkasalubong, yung mga graphs nila, therefore, no solutions po yun. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan nyo yung mga figures na pinakita ko kanina, isa-isahin natin sila. So, yung first system of equations natin is consistent and independent. So, kailan magiging consistent and independent yung system of equations? First, kapag exactly one solution. Okay. So, kapag isa lang yung intersection point nila. Next, yung slopes are defined but not equal. Okay. So, yung slopes nila are defined. Ibig sabihin, meron. So, hindi sila undefined. And then, kaya lang, hindi equal yung slope. It's because yung slopes ng dalawang equation na yon kapag exactly one solution, yung isa negative, yung isa positive. And then, y-intercepts could be or could not be equal. So, pwedeng maging equal yung y-intercept, yung b, pwede ring hindi. And then, the graphs of the two equations intersect at a point. So, gaya nga ng sabi ko, mag-i-intersect sila once lang, sa iisang point lang. So, let's have example. Draw the graph of the following system of equations. So, ayan po yung ating system of equations. First equation is 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. the second equation is x plus y is equal to negative 4. So, ayan. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, i-determine natin yung slope tsaka y-intercept. And then, nakasulat na in slope-intercept form para mabilis. So, yung slope natin for equation 1 is 2. So, the numerical coefficient of x is 2. And then, for the second equation, the numerical coefficient of x is negative 1. So, the slope is negative 1. So, the y-intercept for equation 1 is 2. And then for equation 2, that is negative 4. So again, yung 2 dito, pwede rin natin isulat as 0, 2. And then yung negative 4, pwede rin isulat as 0, negative 4. Para mabilis pag pinaplat natin sa coordinate plane. So plot the y-intercepts and slopes. So kagaya ng ginagawa nating pagka-graph kanina, so, ayan po yung mga slopes and y-intercepts. And then, ayan ang rectangular coordinate plane. So, ipa-plot muna natin una yung equation 1. So, yung y-intercept ng equation 1 is 0, 2. So, ayan po yung 0, 2. And then, from that y-intercept, makukuha natin yung isang point pa gamit yung slope. So, yung slope natin is 2, positive. So, ibig sabihin, aakyat tayo ng dalawa, and then, liliko tayo ng isa, papuntang kanan. So, ayan yun. And then, i-connect natin sila. Ayan na po yung graph ng 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. So, hindi ko na po pinakita yung rise over run. It's because, masyado magulo kapag kinrap. Basta tandaan, since positive naman yung slope, papuntang itaas. And then, pag negative yung slope, papuntang ibaba. Okay? Next. For the second equation, so yung y-intercept is 0, negative 4. Nasaan yun? Ayan po, nasa ibaba. And then, since negative slope tayo, bababa tayo ng isa. And then, pupunta tayo ng kanan, isa din. So, ayan yan. And then, i-connect natin yun. Ayan, 1, negative 5. Then, i-connect natin yung dalawang points na yon. So, yan po yung graph ng x plus y is equal to negative 4. Next, yung solution na sinasabi natin, exactly one solution, nasaan yun? So, ayan po, nasa gitna. Dun saan, kung saan nag-meet yung dalawang graph, yung dalawang line. So, yun po yung tinatawag nating solution. And then, we also have consistent and dependent systems of equations. So, anong pinagkaiba ng consistent, independent sa consistent and dependent? So, this type of system of equation has infinitely many solutions. So, kung kanina exactly one solution, ito po, infinitely many solutions. Infinitely, ibig sabihin, walang katapusan. Marami. Hindi natin mabibilang. So, slopes are defined and equal. Okay. So, defined yung mga slope and then parehong-pareho. And then, y-intercepts are also equal. So, madaling tandaan ng consistent and dependent. Pareho yung slope, pareho yung y-intercept. And then, the graphs of the two equations coincide. So, kung matatandaan nyo, ito yung makapal yung line kanina, yung nasa gitna. Okay? Wherein, kapag ginrap natin yung first equation, i-graph natin yung second equation, parehong-pareho lang po sila. So, coinciding line po. So, let's have example. Draw the graph the following system of equations. So, the first equation is x plus 3y is equal to 6. The second equation is 2x plus 6y is equal to 12. So, ipaliwanag lang muna natin paano naging infinitely many solutions, paano naging consistent and dependent. So, kung papansinin natin yung first equation, so, ayan po ang first equation and then ito ang second equation. So, kapag po kasi ang first equation, minultiply natin sa 2, buo, so, lilitaw po yung second equation. So, let's try. X times 2, 2x. O, ayan po. Next, 3y times 2, that is 6y. Tama. Next, 6 times 2, that is 12. As you can see, parehong-pareho lang po. Kaya, naging consistent and dependent. So, ayan. Sa table natin, makikita nyo na yung slope-intercept form ng parehong equation, ayan, is negative 1/3. Pareho nga kasing slope kasi infinitely many solutions. And then y-intercept, pareho din na 2. Or pwede rin nating isulat as 0, 2, 0, 2. So ito yung pinakamadali sa lahat siguro sa mga systems of linear equations in two variables sa pag-graph kasi isa lang. So plot the y-intercepts and slopes. Ayan. So, parehong-pareho yung slope na negative 1/3. Tsaka yung y-intercepts na 0, 2. I-plot natin yung equation 1. So, 0, 2, ayan. And then, yung slope natin is negative 1/3. So, negative yung slope natin. Bababa tayo ng isa. And then, pupunta tayo ng right ng 3. So, nasan yun? Ayan po. And then, i-connect natin. Next, yung equation 2, ganun din. So, kapag pinlat natin yung 0, 2, ganun din po. Kagaya ng equation 1, pati din naman yung slope. Makukuha din natin yung other point, 3, 1, ganun din. So, ito rin po yung graph niya. And then, ayan, x plus 3y is equal to 6, and then 2x plus 6y is equal to 12. So you can see, isa lang po yung nakikita talaga natin na graph. Okay, kapag infinitely many solutions. So kapag i-graph nyo po, students, make sure kapalan natin yung line. And then after natin kinapalan yung line niya, isulat natin yung dalawang equations na nag-i-indicate na consistent and dependent. So the last system of equations is inconsistent system of equations. So if we have systems of equations na consistent, meron din pong inconsistent. Ibig sabihin po ng prefix na in, not. Okay? This type of systems of equations has no solutions. So wala pong solutions. Ibig sabihin, walang particular ordered pair xy na magsasatisfy sa both equations. Slopes are defined and equal. Okay, pareho po yung slope. And then, y-intercepts are not equal. So, though slopes are equal, y-intercepts are not equal. And then, the graphs of the two equations are parallel. Okay, so pag sinabi kasi nating parallel lines, these are lines that do not meet, do not have intersection point. Okay, so hindi sila nagmi-meet, hindi sila nagkakasalubong. So let's have example. Draw the graph of the following system of equations. 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. 2x minus 3y is equal to negative 9. So sa equation pa lang kasi na given, malalaman na natin na inconsistent. It's because parehong-pareho yung numerical coefficient ng x and y. Magkaiba lang po dun sa constant. It's because yung constant po kasi na yon, maaring yun ang y-intercept. So, bakit sinabi kong maaari? It's because meron po kasing numerical coefficient minsan yung y. Siyempre, kapag dinivide yung numerical coefficient na yon, mag-iiba yung value ng constant. So, ayan. Nakikita nyo, nakasulat na po sa slope-intercept form. And then, kitang-kita nyo rin po na pareho nga yung slope, magkaiba ng y-intercept. So, let's identify the slope. So, kitang-kita naman po, obvious na obvious yung slope, 2 over 3 or 2/3. And then, the y-intercept for equation 1 is negative 2. Or, it may be written as, or it can be written as 0, negative 2. The second equation, that is 3. Or it can be written as 0, 3. So, let's plot the y-intercepts and slopes. Ayan. Again, magkapareho po yung slopes, but the y-intercepts are not equal. So, plot natin yung unang equation. So, yung y-intercept, 0, -2. Ayan. And then, from that y-intercept, makukuha natin yung next point gamit yung slope, which is 2/3. So, positive po yun. Ibig sabihin, aakyat tayo ng dalawa, and then, pupunta tayo ng kanan, 3. So, nasan yun? Ayun po. So, I hope na visualize nyo yung rise over run. So, next, i-connect natin yung line na yon, ay yung mga points na yon. Yan ang graph ng 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. Next, yung 0, 3 naman for equation 2, yung y-intercept. Ayan. And then, 2/3, aakyat tayo ng dalawa, and then 3, papuntang kanan. So, ayan po. And then, i-connect natin yung points na yan. Yan po yung 2x minus 3y is equal to -9. So, ayan, kitang-kita nyo naman po, hindi po nagkasalubong yung ating mga line, yung ating graph. So, pareho po silang positive slope and then parallel lines. So, wala pong solusyon talaga yan. Magkakaroon lang ng solusyon kapag nagkasalubong yung dalawang lines. So, our next video lesson, we will solve system of linear equations algebraically by substitution method. So, bakit ko nasabing algebraically? Okay, so gagamit tayo of course dito yung concepts ng algebra. Okay, so kasi yung mga pinakita ko ngayon, graphically po. So, nakita nyo po yung solution graphically na nasa rectangular coordinate plane. So, yung algebraically, using substitution method, makikita natin dito yung value ng x and y. So, applied pa rin naman po dito yung no solutions, infinitely many solutions, tsaka one solution. Okay, so makikita nyo dun sa mga example ko. So, there are two methods algebraically na commonly ginagamit sa math, which is substitution method tsaka yung elimination method. So, nauna kong didiscuss muna is yung substitution and then elimination. So, dun sa substitution tsaka elimination, meron din po dong word problems na ina-apply natin para at least hindi lang puro math lang talaga na nagsosolve. So, i-apply din natin sa real life yung substitution and elimination method. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.